Hi everyone, Mahinder from Endeavour Education and Migration Services. In today's video, we are going to look at subclass 482 visa, skills in demand, we also call it. If you guys are watching my videos for the first time and if you haven't hit that follow or subscribe button, please do it now, and please share this video with your friends if you like the information. Now, my last video about 482 visa was before 7th of December 2024, and many things have changed after that. This video is coming a bit late, but that's fine. As long as you guys have all the information, that'll be great for you. Now, subclass 482 visa, skills in demand visa, we used to call it temporary skill shortage in the past, is meant to help employers who are in immediate need of a skilled worker in their business. So it provides immediate visa options for their skilled workers in their business, whether an employer wants to sponsor a worker from Australia from a temporary visa, or they want to sponsor someone from even offshore, so they can do it. That's why there are relatively less strict requirements are there for subclass 482 skills in demand visa. So we are going to discuss the whole thing in detail. Please stay with me until the end because this video is going to be a little bit longer. Okay, so first of all, what is the skill list that applies to this visa? So the skill list is a core skill list. So this list came in effect on 7th of December 2024. So every occupation which is available in core skill list is available for subclass 482 visa. Now, a lot of people come and ask us, sir, my occupation is medium term or my occupation is short term. Can I still do SID? Yes, you can do, because these lists, those medium term and short term lists, they have been abolished, and there's only one list now that applies to subclass 482 as well as 186 is core skill list. Let's get back to the step-by-step process. So first step is standard business sponsor. The business applies to the Department of Home Affairs and they get approval from the Department of Home Affairs in this process to sponsor an overseas worker in their business. To apply for standard business sponsor, generally the business must be operating for at least for 12 months. They must have ABN and they must have business registration documents, probably insurance for the business, lease document for the business where the business is being operated, and information about the director and all those things. So basically in SBS, the applicant is not in the picture as yet. So it is basically between the business, particular business, and the Department of Home Affairs. In SBS application, the information related to the business, their current employees, how many workers they have, how many on temporary visa, how many on permanent visa, and all that information is required for standard business sponsor. Now, the fee for standard business sponsor is $420 and plus agent charges, which may vary from agent to agent. So that was about SBS. Now, once SBS is approved, we can move on to the nomination stage. So in the nomination, I have mentioned a few key areas or key points there that you really need to get right. So first one is labor market testing. So I want to let you know that when you start the labor market testing, it could be at this step. So you can start the labor market testing and SBS together, because labor market testing requires at least 28 days of ad to be placed in a nationally reaching websites in Australia. So if you start with SBS and if you are looking to sponsor someone, or if you are an employee getting sponsorship from your employer, make sure that when you start SBS process, when the employer starts SBS process, they start the LMT process as well at the same time. So by the time you get to the nomination, you have your ad in system already running for last 28 days and you are about to finish that. So that's the labor market testing is the first requirement. So start that at the time of SBS. Now another thing is very, very important for nomination application is genuine position. So in genuine position, generally what you're required to show that where does this new employee or existing employee for whom you are sponsoring is going to set within the organization chart, and whether that position is justified there. Now there are a number of factors that are looked at when the case officer decide whether this position is legitimate or genuine there or not. So in very simple words, if you are running a business of a restaurant, then you can employ a chef or cook, but you may not be able to employ a accountant or maybe any other occupation which is not related with the restaurant. So that simply means that that position is not created only for the sponsorship, but it is genuinely required. So we provide a genuine position report to justify all that to the department. Next one is market salary rate. It is really important that you are paying the employee minimum salary as per the requirement. So from 1st of July 2025, that requirement is 76,550 minimum. So if you want to sponsor someone on SID 482 visa, or if you are an employee getting sponsored by your employer, this is the minimum salary plus super you should get for the nomination success, and you can't get less than that. And you also have to make sure that that salary is either higher than market salary. So basically you have to get paid minimum this, but if the market salary is more than the 76,515, then you are required to pay market salary rate. It is very important, and there should be no adverse information about that particular employer with the Department of Home Affairs. And in most cases it is very common to see that adverse information, but if there is any adverse information, that adverse information should not have any negative impact on that nomination. Now there are a lot of other nomination requirements. For example, providing employment contract which should be signed by the employee as well as the employer. Salary must be mentioned, and the employment contract must be done as per Australian standards. And fee, so $330 is the nomination application fee, plus the employer also pays a Skill Australian Fund levy that varies from business to business. So generally it is $1,200 for any business less than 10 million turnover, for $1,200 per year. So if you are nominating a person for 2 years, you'll pay $2,400. If you're nominating for 3 years, you just multiply that number by 3. And then obviously there are agent charges for professional work if someone is assisting you professionally to do that nomination application. So that was the nomination, very important thing in 482 visa. Last step is obviously visa application. So that is where visa applicants criteria is looked at. So age, anyone with 18 or higher can apply for 482 visa. There's no higher age limit as such, but you got to be mindful. You can apply for permanent residency after 2 years through TRT stream 186 if there's no other way for you, and you can only get that until you are 45. And in some cases, if you look at the DAMA labor agreements and stuff, it is extended until 55 years. So if you are taking 482 visa and if you want to get permanent residency later on, you should be at least you should not be more than 52 or say 52 and a half. Otherwise you will reach out, you will not meet the criteria of age for permanent residency through any streams from 482 to 186 through TRT. English 5 each, simple flat requirement for everyone. Work experience, you require only 1 year of full-time work experience, and the way they count work experience for SID 482 visa is they accept full-time, they accept part-time, they also accept casual work experience as well, as long as you are able to justify that you have worked for more than 1 year and you have worked for at least 2,000 hours in total in your nominated occupation. You must also have a qualification related to that occupation depending upon your occupation, and there is mandatory skills assessment requirements mostly for trade occupations. There are only 25 occupations that require mandatory skills assessment for your SID visa, but there are lots of professional occupations that does not require any skills assessment. And visa fee 3250 approximately. Recently they have changed, so I haven't got the exact figure, but that's roughly is the figure. And obviously there would be agent charges. You also must meet health and character requirements which are there with every visa. So if you guys have any questions and if you are not sure whether you are eligible or not, you can write your questions in the comment box as well. You need an employer in Australia, and that employer must be willing to sponsor you, an Australian employer. If you are located offshore, if you want us to find your employer, we can't help you. So, but if you have someone who is willing to sponsor you, then we can assist you with this whole process. If you guys like this video, please share it with your friends, and thank you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.